With me this morning is members of the Veteran Footballers Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago. So with me I have President Selby Brown, and I also have Executive Committee member Tansley Thompson. Good morning and welcome, gentlemen.
Good morning to you, Carrie. And thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here. You know, we were chatting a little bit and we're speaking about club football in Trinidad and Tobago and some of the big names and some of the ones who aren't with us anymore, which we'll get into in a little bit. But you have Carnival Reunion Lime coming up.
Yes,
tell me about it.
This is the ninth year of our annual Carnival Reunion in Lime. It happens on Sunday.
This Sunday coming?
This Sunday, the 24th of February, at the Barataria Oval, opposite St. George's College.
And you said at the Oval, so that means there's football involved. You
Yes.
can't have a veteran footballer
Indeed.
foundation and
Indeed.
not have some
Indeed.
games happening.
It's the fun when all the guys who are abroad come in to meet all who they played with and against here. A day of fun, but we start at 10:30 in the morning with the Youth Under 13 tournament.
Right.
A team from Faizabad, team from Twin City Hawks from the east, and then you have Trendsetter Hawks from Laventille, and Port of Spain, the Maestros.
Now, this under 13
Institute.
tournament is in honor of Paul Regis. Tell me a little bit about him.
Paulie Regis, old St. Mary's student, and for a long time dedicated more than 7 decades to the development of Trinidad and Tobago football. His club, Maple, he played for the club, he coached the club, he managed the club. He was a former manager and trainer of national football teams, and is still with us, over 90, and going well.
Really, over 90 years
Over
years
90,
old.
Paul Regis.
Still involved. He loved football for his life.
He was the first person to have open heart surgery at the Mount Hope Medical Complex in Trinidad and Tobago. And he has motivated a host of persons, not only footballers, but the wider public.
So does he, I mean, not to the rigorous levels that he would have played back in the day, but does he still kick a little ball just for fun?
In his mind.
In his mind, you know,
he will walk
he's
around
90,
and he will tell you about the days.
Right.
When we normally meet on a Sunday morning.
Right.
Yes, and that's when the veterans come together. And after our meeting, which we try to keep at 1.5 hours at best, we stay about 3 hours, and that's where the blag and the talk is going on. It's good fun and camaraderie.
So it starts with a planned amount of time, but then you know how it goes in Trinidad and the camaraderie and the talk going, it goes on to almost double
that
the
goes, back in the day, the football fields weren't lit, and the match would be finished just about dark, 6:30.
Right.
But we would stay there until about 10, 11, both playing against and playing with.
Right.
And those were the days when you had the community football and the community rivalry.
Right, yes.
And fun days. And we're seeing it coming back. But then when we talk about an average age of 70 amongst us. So what we have encouraged, because the veterans is not just for us, but for all the football veterans, some of whom do not like to be considered themselves veterans. But they are.
Right.
Dennis Lawrence, Ron Lafferty, all the strike squad guys, they're now over 40. All the Soca Warriors, you know, and you have Hudson Charles and all, they are active and still playing.
Right.
And they should play for the national team. So they are out in the afternoon. 4:30, we play North versus South.
Right.
Masters match. Ron Lafferty is going to be there. Barber, Ross Russell, Arnold Dorica. Stern, yes. Call a couple of names, yes.
Yeah, quite a few names that people should be familiar with.
And some of the older ones, like my friend here.
You seen your old boy?
Last year, he went on the field with his walking stick. Some of Monty, I say a shout out to Monty Clark, Monty Douglas. Well, Monty Clark will be here. Sammy Llewellyn is already here. Monty Douglas and Melo Douglas down Point Forte. Leroy and Wilfred. And we know Steve David will play. He cannot see a ball and fold his arms.
Right.
I would like to add into that something I
Right.
heard this morning. You are the nephew of Ray Roberts.
Yes.
Memorable goal he scored at the Queen's Park Oval, not at the Bartari Oval, at the Queen's Park Oval.
Queen's
Way back,
Park
I think
Oval.
it was 1972,
North-South.
74, North-South.
Yeah, you know, I've heard
It's
legends.
It's etched on my
I've heard
memory.
legends of my uncle.
So I
you know,
hope that
rest
you
his
can
soul.
show the other staff members that you have a good shot.
Yes, your Uncle Ray was one of the 3 footballers that we lost last year
Right.
who represented Trinidad and Tobago in the qualifiers for the 74 World Cup.
74, right.
We lost Lawrence Rondon, Leon Carpet, and I assure you, Ray, up to now, is still legendary for the power of his feet, left and right,
Right, yes.
in those North-South matches.
And as I read up some things afterward, you know, they call them the cannons. But, gentlemen, before we close off,
I would just like to remember Kenny Akal and Charlotte Dog and a couple others, you know. These guys have been with us. And I want to make very special mention for the under-13s all over Trinidad and Tobago. You come and meet some of the heroes of the past years.
Right.
You won't regret it. You will be able to interact with these guys. They're going to be there. They want to pass on it. But we also want to make an impact on the youth of Trinidad and Tobago.
as relates to football in
You
Trinidad and
wanna
Tobago.
mention the-
All right, so before
Yes.
we close off, this event is on Sunday, 24th
insurance.
February 2019, which is this coming Sunday.
Yes.
And it will be at the Barataria Sports Complex, 8th Street, Barataria. And again, the event is free.
Free, bring your cooler and come. And there are things that we do. We do our welfare. We for those players who have challenges now.
Right.
We also have an insurance plan that we subscribe to, which they're able. And on the day, we have a tent with sponsored by the Be Well Medical Services to provide medical checks for the guys. And we continue our work on the archives of football in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the museum that we already have paraphernalia.
Well,
and I'll tell you one quick thing about Ray. He was an excellent golfer as well.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all you've shared this
Thank
morning.
you for
and I
having
wish you
us.
all the best.